Hey, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to Life Mastery Decoded, where I help you decode the struggles in your life in the areas of health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality with mind mastery, emotional management, and meditation. Welcome to today's podcast. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode. Happy New Year, where I'm hoping I am finding you really, really happy and achieving your resolutions. Today we're going to be talking about your words. The words that you say. This is one of my favorite topics. I think pretty much every topic I talk about in my podcast is one of my favorites, but I get pretty excited when I talk about the words that we use to engage with the physical experience that we're in. We can look at you and I can look at the same thing, but see completely different things. We can both look at a thing and describe it and say, yeah, it's this red chair and it's big and it's puffy and it's, whatever. But then as soon as we start adding our opinion to it, then it's based on our past experiences. And as we enter into the new year, this is when we start putting our words in our lives and we start to create the next 12 months. So, for example, when you set those New Year's resolutions, this year I'm going to work on blah, 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 and you pull out the things in your life that suck, the things that you want to change, and you talk about that and you dwell on that and you make a plan to overcome that. But what we typically don't do is we don't typically look at the things that we do want. We talk about the things that we don't want. So you're continuing to perpetuate the crappy stuff that's happening in your life. So when we talk about the words, I want you to pay attention today about the words that you use, the words that come out of your mouth that really have energy to them. Everything that we say has a vibration. Everything, every single word that comes out of my mouth right now has a vibration, and it goes out into the universe and it goes and collects other like energy vibrations, other frequencies. So if I send out something, a certain word, and it has a vibration to it, and let's say it's a frequency, none of this is going to make sense, but just in my example, it goes out and it sends out this frequency of 4.4, okay? It's going to go out and collect other items, words, experiences that are equal to 4.4. And in my other podcasts, my other episodes, I talk about the vibration and the frequency. And when I talk about the frequency, this is exactly what I'm saying, is that all your words that you use to describe your life on any given day goes out into the world, goes out into the universe with a certain frequency. So try this on for a second. Let's explore certain words and feel into those frequencies. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to relax just as best as you can right now, and you don't have to close your eyes. We're not going to do a meditation walkthrough or anything like that. But what we are going to do is I want you to feel into how your body feels. And this is where you're going to feel the emotional state of the word that you're using, okay? You are going to feel a physical sensation, and I want you to get used to the shifts in your energy when you say certain things. So I want you to right now say, first I gotta tell you this really funny story. Well, I'll tell you this thing first, and then I'll tell you this really funny story that Amy and I always say. But anyway, okay, so let's start with this. I want you to just close your eyes, bring your awareness to how your body currently feels. I want you to do like a quick body scan. Just turn your awareness inside your physical existence, feeling your body. You feel pretty good, you feel pretty comfortable, you warm, you cold, do you have any aches and pains? Just feel how your body feels. And then I want you to repeat the word, I hate. I hate. I don't want you to say, you can if you want, but you don't necessarily have to say things that you do hate. But I want you just to repeat. I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and in your mind, you can say it out loud, or you can say it quietly in your head, and I want you to say it as often as you can in those 10 seconds. I hate. Okay? Ready? Go. Okay. Now turn your awareness to how your body feels. Do you notice a shift? When I say the words I hate, immediately, as I'm just standing in my living room doing my podcast, I even have a smile on my face. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful winter day. And I just say the words, I hate. And I can feel my jaw tighten. I can feel the energy in my body start to rise. Because remember, anger is a high energy sensation, a high energy emotion. And when I say things like, I hate, it puts me up. Like it makes me want to get up and do things because it's energy. Anger is very moving, right? Okay, so now let's clear that. I want you to just go to neutral, pick an item anywhere. It's kind of like clearing the energy palette. And I want you just say an item that's in your room. There's a pillow. I'm standing in the living room, so there's a pillow, there's a couch, there's a plant, and just say that word a couple different times. Just kind of clear the palette and clear the energy field. Say that word a couple times, clear the energy. Take a nice big cleansing deep breath in, all the way up to the top, filling your lungs all the way to the top, and push any negative energy out. And now what I want you to do is I want you to say the words, I love. Oh, you know what I love? I just love. Anything like that. 10 seconds. Ready? Go. Okay. Feel the difference? When I say I love, I can feel this tingling, happy sensation in my lower chakras, mostly in my solar and sacral. This kind of happy, buzzy, tingling sensation. And it puts a smile on my face. And the more I do it, the more I feel the sensations. This is something, if you did not get much out of this exercise right now, because of where you're at or the anticipation of what I was doing, or that you're busy right now and you can't really engage with relaxing and feeling into these emotions, I want you to do this exercise on your own. It is so important, because it really explains to you at this deep level the physical importance of your words. The physical importance of your words. You probably have never heard that before. The physical importance. When we talk about our intentions and our resolutions and the things we want to change, it's mostly always the physical. We want to change our physical experience. We want to change our own physical body. We want to change our house. We want to change what we do, where we go, how we engage with the physical world around us. Then the next is the emotional response that we'll get by changing our physical world or our physical bodies. And as you experience this, this gives you such an important tool and a really, really important understanding that the words I use it carries this vibration that is felt in the body. And as it's felt in the body, the next thing that happens is I get a physical response. Meaning I get tears behind my eyes, my jaw clenches. Now these are all different physical, not from the same emotion, but like, if I'm saying I love, I get this tingling sensation. I feel happy. I smile. I get tears behind my eyes. I'm filled with joy. When I say things about anger or hate, my jaw clenches, my fists want to clench. I get this kind of tight feeling across my chest and shoulders, and I feel like I want to go flip a car over. Okay? That then leads to action. Right? It leads to, from the thought that says, okay, I love, then to a physical sensation in your body, to then a physical response, like a getting up or a moving or not, or closing in. If you say, it makes me sad or I'm really depressed. Okay. And then the next is action. So in these 4 steps, you are creating your environment. You are creating your world. And if you haven't listened to my very first couple of podcasts about setting intentions, and the other one is stop throwing dog poop, that I would highly recommend listening. That is, it should be episode number 2, but it's episode number 3, and it is stop throwing dog poop. And it is all about your words, your thoughts, and how they show up on your sidewalk of life. So just like we did right now, if I invited you over to my house and I said, we're going to talk about the things that piss us off. For one, you probably wouldn't come to my house to talk about those things, but let's just pretend you did. And now we're going to talk about every single topic that angers us. By the time you leave my house, you are so riled up and pissed off that you will go do something, right? If I said, let's come to my house, let's have a conversation and engagement that's really enjoyable, you will leave my house feeling amazing, thus manifesting more of what you are feeling. You've all heard that. Your outside world is a complete mirror image of your inside world. Now let's explain that a little bit further. Your outside experience is a complete mirror image of your inside experience. So if my inside experience is a vibration of a 4 on a collective example, on the collective, that I'm just generally an angry, crabby, negative person, my outside experience is going to reflect that. So if I want to change my outside experience, I have to change my inside energy, which is what we're talking about. And we start that with our thoughts. First, you have to make the choice. Every single day, you have to make the choice. You don't have to wake up every morning going, I'm going to be happy today. It's not about that. It's just about, I'm going to be aware. I'm going to be aware of how I feel. I'm going to be aware of my emotions. I'm going to be aware of the words I'm using to describe my life. Now, here's my funny story. I forgot to tell you a second ago. Here's my funny story that Amy and I always say. There's so many times that we start, it's such a bad thing, but we start a conversation with, we're just working opposite corners of the house. I'm in the kitchen, she's in the living room, whatever. And all of a sudden she'll go, you know what I hate? And then I'll say, that's a great way to start a sentence. And she'll start laughing. And then she'll change it a little bit. You know what I really dislike? You know what I really disapprove of? And so we shift our energy. And I'm going to ask that you do the same thing, because you don't want to start a question with, start a conversation with, you know what I hate. And then what's about to come after that? A whole bunch more energy shifting in the direction of hate. So it's really funny. We make a lot of joke about it because we're always talking about the words we use. It's just like when Cameron comes home, he's our youngest son, and he'll be 13 at the end of the month. And he will say things like, oh, you know what I just really hate? And I'm like, okay, let's rephrase that. You know what I don't like a bunch? I said, or instead of telling me all the things that you hate or don't like or disapprove of, tell me the things that you love. Because I'll ask him when I pick him up from school, the first words out of our mouth is, how was school today? And his first response is, good. And then I'll be quiet and I'll just let him, I said, do you want to give any more detail about your day? And he'll go, yeah, the stupid thing that I did. I said, why don't you instead of telling me the stupid thing you did, why don't you tell me the amazing thing that happened today? So I'm trying to train him to shift his attention. So here's a perfect example. Well, here's an example. Today is a beautiful day outside. It's not very warm. It's 25 degrees. It snowed a little bit over the last couple of days. We got this fresh fallen snow. It's absolutely beautiful. The sun is shining and it's a little bit breezy. So the trees are kind of moving a little bit. There's a little bit of, snow like on the flowers and the bushes. And it's just gorgeous. I think it's just gorgeous. But somebody else walks out in front of me and says, "Gah, we got more snow. Oh my God, it's so cold out here. I hate winter." Right? So, but we're looking at the same day. And I'll say something like, yeah, but look at how beautiful it is. The sun is shining. Look at how clear and blue the sky is. And he goes, "Ugh, but it's just so cold." I'm like, well, yeah, dress warm. Turn your heat on in your car. But look at how beautiful. Look at it. But he can't. So the first thing is to change your mind. Change your mind about how you're going to look at things. Dr. Wayne Dyer wrote a book that says, change your thoughts and you change your life. Change your thinking, change your life. And also Brian Tracy, very similar, change your life by changing your thoughts or something. So very similar. The books are very, very different. But either way, when you're looking at something, try to look at something in the positive. I remember one time I used to do these insurance inspections for high dollar homes. And I was driving with my ex at the time, and we got lost. And I'm driving down, it's winter, it's January or February, and up here that's pretty deep snow. And in this deep snow, we got stuck. I was driving a Sunfire, which is a very small car, and I took this road that the map was telling me to take, and it looked like maybe I shouldn't take this road, but I did anyway, and trying to find this house deep in the woods. Anyway, I got stuck. Like literally the back wheels came off the ground, and there was no, I mean, I got out and tried to kick the snow around, and it was just really, really, really deep, like knee deep. It was really dumb, but it was really fun. And here's how it was really fun, because any one of us could have looked at the perspective and said, oh my God, this sucks, and woe is me, and get all pissed off and all freaked out and whatever. But instead, we were stuck, I'm not kidding, we were stuck for like 2 hours waiting in the middle of nowhere for somebody to come and help us. And it happened to be some snowmobilers, like a guy with his 2 kids came riding by us on snowmobiles as we're stuck, and he happened to, get out and help kind of whatever, undig and, push some of the snow around and whatever. And then he's like, let's ride, we'll go back to the house and we'll get my truck and then we'll come back and tow you guys out, which is what he did. But in the meantime, it was one of the best experiences that I've had in a situation that looked pretty dire, right? We got stuck in the snow and we're sort of stranded. And I think back then, I don't remember what year this was, but I don't feel like we had cell phones. And even if we did have cell phones, we either didn't have service or we're out in the middle of nowhere. Who were we going to call? Anyway, but we had so much fun together. And it was kind of like, well, we're stuck, we're here. We might as well just kind of enjoy it and just wait for the adventure to unfold. That is what I'm talking about. When you look at something, make it your intention that you are going to look at the world through different eyes. That you're just going to say, try to look at the best of something. Try to look at life more positively. Try to just look at things with a different spin and see if your life doesn't start shifting. It is quite amazing what happens when we make the decision to just look differently when we look differently at the words that we're using and at our perspective. And if you start looking at the world differently and you start shifting your perspective, your reality starts shifting along with it. Now, if you haven't yet, coming up at the end of the month, I have a new program where we are going to basically customize a program for each participant that is on the call. We are doing 4 calls, and it's called New Year, New You. And I want to invite you to check this out. Check out this program, become a part of this community of support where we are going to be not only carrying this program and these techniques and methods throughout the year, but there's going to be accountability, there's going to be support, there's going to be this culture that is created. And I want to invite you to send an invite to come to the group. It's called Lady Rising, and this way you have this beautiful women's group, this support when it comes to shifting your energy, because it is the hardest thing to do if you try to do this by yourself. So I am creating this new culture of women who are looking and excited for change. And the new year is a perfect time to get excited for change. This is what everyone's talking about right now, your New Year's resolution. And I want to offer you this program where you can become a part of it. You are learning these new techniques, but then at the same time, you're part of this community where you can ask questions. We can customize each of the methods for you. So it becomes not just this vague techniques and tools that you can sort of use and then you don't really know how to make them work for you, and turn it into something very specific for you, your goals, the way you talk, and where you currently are. That is the problem with so many programs, is that the program starts up here at this level. People come in and they're not at that level. They don't understand those words or those things that you're teaching. This way, as you're part of this community, we'll be able to share and customize so it's specific to you, directly where you're at. And we're going to be talking about the words. We're going to be setting intentions. We're going to be uncovering the beliefs that you have regarding that intention. We're going to be talking about energy and how it shifts and getting our emotions and our visualization techniques honed in so you can start seeing immediately the shifts in your energy, exactly like what we just did. We can say the words, I hate, and you immediately feel that sensation in your body. Or you can say the words, I love, and you can immediately feel that in your body. That, my friends, is manifesting. And we are going to take this a step deeper and start working on the skills, the mindsets, the techniques, the behavior, the action, your emotional state. We're going to work on all of these things to help iron this out so you can start to change and shift your current reality. So it's very exciting. I am looking for 10 people. I'll take more probably, but I'm looking for 10 people. I have 2 left. I have 2 people in there right now. I'm really excited to have some people in. I'm really excited to be able to guide you through this process, because I've been working with meditation and visualization, law of attraction and energy work for over a decade. And I'm only picking tools that are so powerful that people get results right now. And I use different ways to explain it so you can truly understand what I'm talking about. So I hope you'll join me. Go to Facebook, type in Lady Rising, and come over to our sister circle, our sister group. In our sister circles, when we have this communication, we're going to be talking about this, as well as the current program beginning January 25th. I really hope you'll join me. Go check it out. Go into the featured section. Once you join the group, you can post on there, hey, tell me about this New Year, New You program, and I'll get you the link right away and you can sign up. So I look forward to seeing you on the program. And until then, keep your words in front of you so you're really, really starting to see the words you use that create your physical reality. If you liked this episode and look forward to future episodes, please consider making a small monthly donation to help support this podcast. If you are looking for a community to join and have more access to me, then consider one of the following platforms. Chakras for Beginners is an energy-based community that is highly active and growing every day. Lady Rising is a sistership community where the focus is on spiritual support and connection. We hold monthly calls and talk about topics such as today's episode. We also have an online store where you can meet your meditation and chakra needs with products for your journey. You can visit us at www.themeditationroomtc.com. Thank you for joining me and being a valued listener.